For the second time in his life, Pierre Zissel gets to have a say in the federal election. And he's certain that he will vote. Every young voice is important, says Pierre, because they lack sufficient representation.
Unsere Generation hat keine Lobby.
There's no one lobbying for our generation. That's the problem. The interests of older people are institutionally better represented than those of young people.
Institutionell besser repräsentiert als die Interessen junger Menschen.
Less than 1% of MPs in the German Bundestag are under 30. Voters are mostly older and tend to vote for conservative parties. In Erfurt, where Pierre lives, every fifth resident is over 65. Pierre often has the feeling that politicians care too little about young people's concerns. The student noticed this during the pandemic, when many students felt afraid that their futures were being undermined. Like many students, I lost my part-time job in the hospitality sector. I know a lot of people who had to make cuts in their education because they lost their part-time job. Many have even interrupted or dropped out of their studies. And very little is said about that. Pierre would like to see politics embrace the future, especially when it comes to climate change. He's been involved with the Fridays for Future movement for 2 years. The climate activists meet every week and are preparing a strike that will take place before the general election. The federal election in 2021 will definitely set a precedent. The next government will decide whether Germany can adhere to the Paris Agreement climate goals and whether we can do our part to help limit a temperature increase to 1.5 degrees. He says to get politics moving, you need Fridays for Future and their demonstrations. Political parties don't understand their concerns. I would almost say we're panicking. We've seen flood disasters all over the world, and not just this year. We've seen drought, heat waves, forest fires, countless animal species becoming extinct one after the other, and no one seems to care. We're racing towards the abyss while laughing. Pierre doesn't believe that a new government will turn things around. He expects to have to take to the streets even after the election is over.